Let me make one thing abundantly clear. I would not consider myself a pirate. Not by any means. Never even seen Pirates of the Caribbean. However, just a week or so ago, my parents got back from a trip to the Virgin Islands. I think. Pretty sure that's where they went. And what did they bring back as treasure? None other than the famous Pirates card deck. Oh yes, they also got me this shirt. Looks pretty cool, I would say. It's a pretty cool shirt. So yeah, there's that too. But forget the shirt and focus on this deck, because I want to show you this deck. In fact, this is the most loaded and insane deck I have ever seen in my entire life. Strap on your seatbelts, smash subscribe, and get ready, because we are going to be tackling the Pirates deck. Okay, so I would say that the first part of this deck is the deck itself. So as you're about to see on screen, this is the front of it. Famous Pirates playing cards. Love the little logo on there. Very basic pirate logo. And as you can see on the sides, we have like the two different sides. Both have some of the cards on them, same as the bottom also does. The top just says 54 different pictures, same logo. And I love the back too. It says Pirates playing cards. All hands on deck. Pirates were sea-loving scallywags who attacked treasure-loaded ships in search of booty. Landlubbers feared the sight of the Jolly Rogers. The pirates flew from their masts as this could mean they would find themselves in Davy Jones' locker. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what half that means, and I also don't know why I started doing a Scottish accent halfway through. But the point is, it is a very cool deck to hold the cards, and what's really cool, as you're about to see, is that every single one of these cards is completely different. There's a lot of, I've seen decks with a couple cards that are cool. You may remember the Stranger Things decks. I guess those were all pretty different, but these are another level. Every single individual card is different and cool, so I'm going to show you all of them. However, I'm actually going to split it into a couple sections so that this makes sense. So the first section is the Jokers and the weird cards. I'm going to clip this onto my shirt real quick. The first section is the Jokers and the weird cards. This is the smallest section. First and foremost, we have the Jokers. Here is the first one. Looks a lot like George Washington, I would say. I don't think it is, but that's the first one. And here is the second Joker. Also kind of looks like George Washington, if I'm being honest. See him right there. Oh, by the way, the backs all have this as the back. Pretty handy. I'm not sure. So there's that, and then the other two cards, I honestly have no idea what these are. Maybe just the people that made the deck or something. I don't know, but you can see it's just two people dressed up as pirates. It says Captain Kidd on one, pirate on the other. First, I thought this was a representation of one of the pirates, because in there, I did notice, just as I was sorting these, that there was a pirate named Captain Kidd, but I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't have looked like that. So, anywho, that's the first section, very small. Aspects of pirates and their stuff. These cards are just basically items or things that you may or may not have already known about, such as the 5 of diamonds, which is the compass. And it reads, compass, a navigational instrument used to find north. Then there is the caravel, small ship that has broad bows, high narrow poop, and usually 3 masts with lateen or both square and lateen sails. As you guys know, I have no idea what half of this means, but then there's the very basic pirate ship that everyone knows about. Pirate ship, that's pretty cool. We have the pirate sloop. American sloops were speedy, single-masted ships ideal for the pirates of the Bahamas. See that? The galleon, a heavy square-rigged sailing ship used for war or commerce, especially by the Spanish. So this is kind of cool. We're learning terms and stuff while also saying cool things. Of course, I'm sure many of that have seen pirate movies are familiar with the pocket pistols. These were tiny muzzle-loaded guns of convenience. They were placed where they could be retrieved quickly and easily. There's the powder horn. I've heard of this too, made of wood, leather, or ivory to keep dry powder. Powder used to load weapons before the fight. So they would keep the gunpowder in there. And so that's that section. Photos of pirates and also masterpieces, starting with the man, the myth, the legend, the pirate, Blackbeard. You can see him right there. Blackbeard. We have this interesting photo of, looks like 3 pirates climbing over a wall or something, and the Jack of Diamonds, a little interesting. Jack of Clubs, it looks to be people fighting with each other. I don't really know. And I guess the other one also kind of looks like someone getting shot or something on the boat. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, but that's those cards. Now we're getting into the really interesting ones. The last 2 sets, which are the biggest ones, is the rules and guidelines of pirates, which is really interesting, and then finally a buttload of names of different, as well as pictures and stuff of famous pirates. Not just Blackbeard, where it's just the photo, but like stuff about them too. So we are going to start with maybe half of the pirates, and then we'll do some of the rules maybe. You're going to see all these on screen. I'm just going to read them. We have Jack Rackman, also known as Calico Jack. He had a short but very successful career as a pirate captain in the West Indies and the Caribbean. Very nice. We have Stede Bonnet. This respectable middle-aged man suddenly became a pirate. Bonnet was hanged at Charleston, South Carolina in 1718. Guys, these are like old pirates. Well, that's probably because we don't see them pirates very much, if at all, anymore. We have Charles Vane with a little photo. He terrorized Caribbean shipping but lost his ship in a storm in 1720. He was brought to trial in Spanish Town, Jamaica, and was hanged. Apparently that was like a big thing. You were a pirate, you got caught, you got hanged. George Lowther, he took up piracy along the coast of the Caribbean and North America. 1728, he and his crew were arrested. Apparently he didn't get hanged though. Must not have done too much bad stuff. Emmanuel Wine. Emmanuel Wine was the first well-known pirate to fly the Jolly Roger. He began his career by invading English merchantmen in the 17th century, and I think the Jolly Roger was like a very famous pirate ship. Could be wrong. You'll see up there if it was or not. Anywho, Jean Bart, when he was little, the English had besieged, battered, and captured his hometown. He joined the Dutch Navy to fight the English. So I guess not all of these are pirates, I guess. Roche Brasiliano, sounds Italian. A drunkard famous for his cruelty, he was elected pirate captain and terrorized Spanish shipping. With that hairline, I'm not surprised. That is a little ugly. Christopher Moody. He sounds like he's a moody guy. I'll stop. Moody's flag with an hourglass with wings was rumored to mean that his victim's time of living was flying away. Yikes. It's always crazy when your flag has a meaning. John Quelch. Quelch was captured when he was sailing back into the Boston Harbor. I guess that's it. Okay. Francois Lonoy, I don't know how to say that, also known as Jean David Noir, was reputed to have been one of the most ruthless and barbaric pirates to have ever existed. Okay, that's a cool title. Captain Dulain. Dulain established a base on the island of West Caicos, where today one can still see the remains of his pirate lair. Wow, that's like the Bat lair, but probably less cool. Edward England. I wonder if he was from England. England was driven from the Caribbean in 1718 and became the scourge of the African waters. He did not believed. Do they mean he did not believe in torturing victims? Christopher Condent. In the Bahamas, he took to the pirate round and attacked merchant ships off Africa and Arabia. Cool. He is almost Christopher Confident. Anyways, Walter Kennedy, he was part of the crew of pirate Bartholomew Roberts when they captured a Portuguese ship carrying rich booty. He was hanged in 1721. Yeah, a lot of these guys were hanged. Henry Morgan, a Welsh privateer who made a name in the Caribbean as a leader of buccaneers and roughnecks. Okay. Okay, so that's half of it. Now, I would say let's do half of the rules and stuff, and then we will finish it off. Should I put these in order? Nah. Rule number 8 of pirates. If anyone loses a finger or a toe in a battle, they shall be given 400 pieces of eight. And if they lose an arm or a leg, they shall have 800 pieces. Pirates' Code of Conduct. These are cracking me up. Dead men tell no tales. Grab thee a wrench. A wench, I mean. Polly want a cracker? Rule number 1. Everyone must obey the commands of the captain. I don't know why I went French, but... Rule number 5. Anyone that strikes another crew member while these rules are in force shall receive 30 lashes with the whip. Rule number 2. Everyone shall have a share of any treasure, but for every piece of gold a member of the crew is given, the captain will be given 1.5. A little biased there, but he's also probably the scariest guy on the board, so not surprised. Alright, let's finish off these guys, and then we'll finish off the rules. Howell Davis. He was a Welsh pirate who preyed on the ships of the West African coast and in the Caribbean from July 1718 until June 1719. It's kind of weird. A lot of these pirates are only doing it for like a year or something. Henry Every. One of the most famous English pirates and the model for Daniel Defoe's books, he served in the Royal Army before he became a pirate. So maybe that's what the ones that are like, they served in the Navy and stuff, they were just saying that's what they did before they became a pirate. I don't know. And then Jolly Roger. I was wrong. The Jolly Roger is not a ship. Term used for any pirate flag. The history of the Jolly Roger is an old-time favorite of writers of piratical stories. Is that like political, but pirates? I've never heard of that. Piratical. Anyways, okay, good to know. Edward Teach. He was nicknamed Blackbeard for all of his facial hair. He was one of the most dreaded and despised pirates of all time. So apparently his real name was Edward Teach. Or is that might be Jeech or Feech. I don't know, but apparently didn't stick for long, that name. John Hawkins. I recognize that name for some reason. He was the older cousin of Francis Drake. His streamlining of ships contributed to England's defeat of the Spanish Armada. Did I learn about him in school? Probably. I just don't remember. Let's see here. Anne Bonny. She was part of John Rackman's crew. She had been brought up as a boy, so she was used to dressing up in men's clothes. Cool. Edward Lowe. He started his career as a Boston shipwrigger, then turned to a more profitable lifestyle as a pirate. He has a reputation as a cruel brute. Captain Kidd. After many adventures from the Americas to the Indian Ocean, Kidd was hanged for piracy and murder in London in 1701. Richard Worley. He set out from New York with an ill crew and carried few supplies. They captured a boat laden with household goods. Okay, little boring, but I mean, cool. Bartholomew Roberts, the Welsh pirate captain, captured the Sagrada Familia, not just family, Familia, a Portuguese vessel carrying a fortune from Brazil. Very nice. Thomas Few, I think. There was few of Thomas. Thomas Tew. It's actually a T. Tew was a famous pirate based on Madagascar. He had such a reputation for kindness that ships seldom resisted him. Well, I think that's probably the same with all of them. I doubt they would resist. But Mary Red, when her ship was captured by John Rackham and Anne Bonny, she joined their pirate crew. Red escaped the gallows because she was expecting a baby. So if you guys ever want to escape gallows, just claim pregnant. Now we have the rest of the rules, and then, I think that'll be it. Rule number 3. If anyone steals or gambles, they will be marooned with only a bottle of water and a pistol. Now, enjoy a following demonstration of what this might sound like. Times are rough, Johnny. I got marooned and I only got a water bottle and a pistol. What? You got the water bottle and the pistol? I only got a bottle of water, no pistol. I don't actually know what that was. Rule number 4. If anyone who encourages a new pirate to join the crew without everyone else's agreement will suffer whatever punishment the captain and the crew think fit. Guys, these pirates were really ruthless. I think we don't recognize because it's all fairy tales to us, but truly, if these are true, I'd watch out. Rule 7. Anyone that doesn't keep their weapons clean or in any other ways is not prepared for action will not receive their share of the treasure and will suffer what further punishment the captain and the crew think fit. So if you got something against someone, bro, and then you mess up, they're going to be like, take him out, take him out. Anyways, room? Keep your wills about you. Heave to ya. I can't say that word. This is a family-friendly channel. You blighters, say that instead. Aye, Captain. Shiver me timbers. Where's the loot? These sayings are so fun to just say. I guess that's why they're called sayings. Ahoy, matey. X marks the spot. Walk the plank. I don't think they would say all three of those after one another, but cool sayings. And last but certainly not least, rule number 6. Anyone that raises their weapon when not in a battle or leaves a lighted candle unguarded will suffer the same punishment as in rule 5. What was rule 5? Rule 5. Oh, rule 5, 30 lashes of the whip. Well, guys, that's it for today's video. That was the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. It really is a cool deck. I'm glad I got to show it to you, practice my Scottish accent, and yeah. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure and smash subscribe, hit the like button, but mostly subscribe. That's what I really need. Costs nothing, guys. It takes a couple seconds. Just click the link right down below, and I appreciate it, guys. Tons of content coming. Hopefully, I got lots of ideas, so it's just going to take some time to put them all together, but here's hoping pretty soon you guys will get even more. Also, stay tuned. Still streaming every Tuesday, so enjoy that, guys. And yeah, I believe that's it. So catch you guys in the next video. Peace.